Islam, Islam, Islamism. Bismillah, Rahman Rahim. Ever rising, seeking refuge from the accursed one, rising to my highest heights, giving perfect guidance to Allah, cherish of all worlds, and honoring all true and divine prophets, seen, unseen, known, unknown, and reincarnated, and for illustrious Hebrew prophet, Prophet Noble U.S.A. Extending those divine honors to our national Grand Sheikh Joel Breton Bay and our executive officials in Baltimore and other republics. Extending those honors to our sheikhs, deputy sheikhs, or Moorish achievers in training, mighty most, tiny most, or families, friends, visitors, guests on the call. Keeping those honors going to Marcus Messiah, God, the forerunner, and to the ancient spirit that guides us through these turbulent times, Islam. I am Mikhail Mashir Bay, Deputy Sheikh hailing from the New York Republic, giving thanks for Allah for a new day, gathering with my brothers and sisters. Today's date, August 1st, 2021, and I do welcome all with love to a Moorish Sunday School Conference call brought to you by the Moorish Science Temple, the Divine National Movement of North America Incorporated, number 13, the Moorish American National Republic. And this is where we build the minds of the guiders of our nation. And as we proceed in our map, Moorish American prayer. So I'm asking all who is able to rise in Moorish American posture, feet at a 45-degree angle, arms perpendicular, upper arms horizontal, 5 fingers on the left, 2 fingers on the right, keeping them tight as we pray. Bismillah, Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is our protector, our guide, and our salvation by night and by day, through the Holy Prophet, through our lives. Amen. Islam was proceed in reading the Moorish Divine Constitution and Bylaws. Islam. The good sentence starts, manala. The good sentence starts, salvation, the all-seeing eyes of Allah, the Empress of Unity. The Moorish Science Temple of America, the Divine Constitution and Bylaws by Prophet Noble U.S.A, founder. Act 1. The Grand Sheikh and the Chairman of the Moorish Science Temple of America is empowered to make law and enforce laws with the assistance of the Prophet and the Grand Body of the Moorish Science Temple of America. The Assistant Grand Sheikh is to assist the Grand Sheikh in all affairs if he lives according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and it is known before the members of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Act 2. All meetings are to be open and closed promptly according to the Circle 7 and love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Friday is our holy day of rest because on a Friday, the first man was formed in flesh, and on a Friday, the first man departed out of flesh and ascended unto his Father God Allah. For that cause, Friday is the holy day for all Muslims all over the world. Act 3. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice must be proclaimed and practiced by all members of the Moorish Science Temple of America. No member is to put in danger or accuse falsely his brother or sister on any occasion at all that may harm his brother or sister, because Allah is love. Act 4. All members must preserve these holy and divine laws, and all members must obey the laws of the government, because by being a Moorish American, You are part and parcel of the government and must live the life accordingly. Act 5. This organization of the Moorish Science Temple of America is not to cause any confusion or to overthrow the laws and constitution of the said government, but to obey hereby. Act 6. With us, all members must proclaim their nationality, and we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they must know that they are a part and parcel of this said government, and know that they are not Negroes, colored folks, black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders and lasted until 1865 during the time of slavery. But this is a new era of time now, and all men now must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live and the nations of the earth. This is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained Noble Allah, the Prophet, to redeem his people from their sinful ways. The Moorish Americans are the descendants of the ancient Moabites, whom inhabited the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa. Act 7. All members must promptly attend their meetings and become a part and a partial of all uplifting acts of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Members must pay their dues and keep in line with all necessities of the Moorish Science Temple of America, and then you are entitled to the name of faithful. Husband, you must support your wife and children. Wife, you must obey your husband and take care of your children and look after the duties of your households. Sons and daughters must obey father and mother and be industrious and become part of the uplifting of all in humanity. All Moorish Americans must keep their hearts and minds pure with love and their bodies clean with water. This divine covenant is from your holy prophet, Lord Allah, through the guidance of his Father God, Allah. Here is the reading of our divine constitution and bylaws, and we proceed in the reading of our additional laws by Pepe Sheikis, Mr. Wonder, Gomes Bay. Islam Sheikis, all is well?
Islam.
Islam.
Islam. This is Deputy Sheikah Wanda Gomes Bay, Florida Republic. First, I'd like to rise to my heights of heights and give all perfect praise to our Mother, Father, God of all, and give honors to all the true and divine prophets, namely Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, and the last prophet in these days and time, our illustrious Hebrew prophet, Noble Drew Ali, in the first, second, and third form. I would like to remain standing and give honors to our National Grand Sheikh, Joe Bratton Bay, and Sheikhs, Sheikesses, Deputy Sheikhs, children, visitors. I greet you all with Islam. I'll proceed with the readings of the questionnaire and additional laws for Moorish Americans by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Act 1. Grand Sheikhs and governors and heads of all temples, all businesses. Each said temple must be approved by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali before acted upon by any members, let it be finance, property, or any line of life that will cause the members to sacrifice, finance, etc., that will cause the support of any group of pardon yourself. I'll start over again. Act 1. Grand Sheikhs and governors and heads of all temples, all businesses. Each said temple must be approved by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali before acted upon by any members, let it be finance, property, or any line of life that will cause the members to sacrifice, finance, etc., that will cause the support for any group of members. Any former officer that violate these laws is subject to be removed from his office under heavy restriction, etc., by the Prophet or the Grand Sheikh. Act 2. All members are to attend their adept meetings and their public meetings promptly. If a member is found standing around on their meeting period, shall be fined 50 cents on the first case, and on the second, he will be fined $1, which will go in your emergency fund. If a member is working, his monthly dues must be paid, and if he has money in the bank, he must subscribe for as much as he is able to the Moorish Uplifting Fund, because it takes finance to uplift the nation. Act 3. It is lawful and divine duty of every good member, if he is able in finance, to aid me in saving the nation, and if he does not, he's an enemy to the cause of uplifting his own people. And just as must catch you, let it be he or she according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, as I have the power invested in my hands, and I will have to enforce the law in order to save the nation. Act 4. All members, while making a public speech, must not use any assertion against the American flag or speak radical against the church or any members of an organized group, because we are to teach love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Act 5. All members must promptly attend their meetings and send their children to Sunday school, and the teacher must confirm himself to the questionnaire and let every member exercise his 5 senses who is able to do so, because out from your Sunday school comes the guidance of the nation. Act 6. With us, all members must proclaim their nationality, and we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they must know that they are parts and parcel of this said government, and know that they are not Negroes, colored folks, black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865 during the time of slavery. But this is a new era of time now, and all men now must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live, in the nations of the earth. This is the reason why Allah, the great God universe, ordained Noble Drew Ali, the prophet, to redeem his people from their sinful ways. The Moorish Americans are the descendants of the ancient Moabites who inhabited the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa. Act 7. All members must promptly attend their meetings and become a part and parcel of all uplifting acts of the Moorish Science Temple. Members must pay their dues and keep in line with all necessity of the Moorish Science Temple. Then you are entitled to the name of faithful. Husband, you must support your wife and children. Wife, you must obey your husband, take care of your children, look after the duties of your household. Sons and daughters must obey father and mother and be industrious and become a part of the uplifting of fallen humanity. All Moorish Americans must keep their hearts and minds pure with love and their bodies clean with water. This divine covenant is from your holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali, through the guidance of his father, God Allah. That concludes the readings of the questionnaire and additional laws for Moorish Americans. Islam?
Islam. Give thanks to the Sheikahs. And as we proceed, we will, subhanAllah, our beloved Divine Minister Sheikh Rama Il will not be in attendance today, so I'll be sitting in his seat on the call today, Islam. And he sends his Islam to all his brothers and sisters, Sila. And as we proceed with our 101s, asking if there is a member who would like to lead us 101 questionnaires.
Islam.
Sheikh Bay. How are
Islam,
you?
Deputy Sheikh. All is well?
Well, Emmanuel, I give thanks to yourself.
All is well, indeed. Good to hear your vibration in this creation.
Shukran, you have the floor, beloved.
Thank you much, Islam family. This is Deputy Sheikh, Brother Mainstream Grade Bay 44, and I'm calling out of Massachusetts Commonwealth. First and foremost, I would like to rise to my highest heights, give all perfect praise to our Mother, Father, God, Allah. As I remain standing, I extend honors to all true and divine prophets, known and unknown, recognizing and naming Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, and to our last prophet in these days and times, our illustrious Hebrew prophet, Noble Drew Ali, in his first, second, and third form. I remain standing and extend high honors to our National Grand Sheikh, Joe Bratton Bay, and to all our national officials in Baltimore, Maryland, to all our sheikhs, sheikesses, deputy sheikesses, and to all everyone on the call, I greet you all in and with Islam. I'll be reading the Quran questions for Moorish Americans, Quran questions for Moorish children. I'll read the answer, and you will admit. Number 1, who made you?
Allah.
Allah.
Number 2, who is Allah?
Allah, the universe.
Number 3, can we see him?
No.
No.
Number 4, where is the nearest place we can meet him?
In the heart.
Number 5. Who is Noble Drew Ali?
He is Allah.
Number 6. What is a prophet?
A prophet is a thought of Allah manifested in the flesh.
Manifested in the flesh.
Number 7. What is the duty of a prophet?
To save the nations from the wrath of
Save
Allah.
nations from the wrath of Allah.
Of Allah.
Number 8. Who is the founder of the Moorish Science Temple of America? Number 9. What year was the Moorish Science Temple of America founded?
1913 AD.
14 AD.
Number 10. Where?
Newark, New Jersey.
Number 11. Where was Noble Drew Ali born?
In the state of North Carolina,
1886.
Number 12. What is his nationality?
Moorish American.
Moorish American.
Number 13. What is your nationality?
Moorish American.
Moorish American.
Number 14. Why are we Moorish Americans?
Because we are descendants of Moroccans and born in America.
Born in America.
Number 15. For what purpose was the Moorish Science Temple of America founded?
For the uplifting of fallen humanity.
Number 16. How did the prophet begin to uplift the Moorish Americans?
By teaching them to be themselves.
Number 17. What is our religion?
Islamism.
Number 18. Is that a new or is that the old time religion?
Old time religion.
Old time religion.
Number 19. What kind of a flag is the Moorish?
It is a red flag with a 5-pointed green star in the center.
5-pointed green star in the center.
Number 20. What do the 5 points represent?
Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice.
Freedom and justice.
Number 21. How old is our flag?
It is over
10,000 years old.
Number 22. Which is our holy day?
Friday.
Number 23. Why?
Because
Friday is the day on which man was born in the flesh, and it was Friday when he departed
out of flesh.
Number 24. Who was Jesus?
He was a prophet of Allah.
Number 25. Where was he born?
In Bethlehem of Judah and the house of David.
Number 26. Who were his father and mother?
Joseph and Mary.
Number 27. Will you give in brief the line genealogy through which Jesus came?
Some of the great fathers to which Jesus came are Abraham, Boaz by Ruth, Jesse, King David, Solomon, Ezekiel, and Joseph by Mary.
King David, Solomon, Hezekiah, and Joseph by Mary.
Number 28. Why did Allah send Jesus to this earth?
To save the Israelites from the Iron Hand, oppression of the Palestinian nations of Europe, who were governing a portion of Palestine at the time.
Governing a portion of Palestine at that time.
Number 29. How long has that been?
About 2,000 years ago.
2,000 years ago.
Number 30. What was the nationality of Ruth?
Ruth was a Moabite. Mm-hmm.
Number 31. What is the modern name for Moabites?
Moroccan.
Number 32. Where is the Moroccan Empire?
Northwest Mexico.
Number 33. What is the modern name for a Mexam?
Africa.
Number 34. What is the title given to our ruler in Morocco? Number 35. Where do we get the name Jesus?
From the east.
Number 36. What does the name Jesus mean?
Jesus means
Justice.
Number 37. Did the angel give to the child that was called Jesus a holy name?
Yes, but it cannot be used by those who are slaves
to sin.
Number 38. What is an angel?
An angel is a thought of Allah manifested in human flesh.
In human flesh.
Number 39. What are angels used for?
Carry messages to the four corners of the world, to all nations.
To all nations.
Number 40. What is our prophet to us?
Is an angel.
He is an angel of Allah who was sent to bring us the everlasting gospel of Allah.
Number 41. What is the everlasting gospel?
It's a
It is a saving power that comes from God through our ancient fathers.
Our ancient fathers. His prophet.
Number 42. What is the covenant of the great God Allah?
Honor thy father and thy mother, and thy days may be long upon earth, and which the Lord thy God Allah hath given thee.
Number 43. At what age did Jesus begin to teach?
At the age of 12.
Number 44. Where did he teach?
India, Africa, and Europe.
Number 45. How long did he teach?
18 years.
Number 46. What did Jesus say that would make you free?
Truth.
Number 47. What is truth?
Truth is
Number 48. What is ought?
Ought is a law.
Number 49. Can truth change?
Truth cannot change or pass away.
Number 50. What other name do we give to truth?
Holy breath.
Number 51. What have you to say about holy breath?
All we can say
is great. It is good. It was, it is, and evermore to be. Amen.
Evermore to be. Amen. Amen.
Number 52. At what place on earth was the physical part of man formed?
in the Garden of
Eden.
Number 53. Where is the Garden of Eden?
in
the land of Canaan and the city of Mecca.
the city of Mecca.
Number 54. What is the modern name for the Garden of Eden?
Mecca.
Number 55. What is the name of the first physical man?
His name.
His name cannot be used only by executive rulers of the AC of the Moorish Science Temple of America.
Of the MST of A.
Number 55. What is the name of the first physical man?
His
The
name.
President of the Moorish Science Temple of America, third heaven. Only by executive rulers of the MST of A. MST of A.
One more time. Number 55.
Okay.
What is the name of the first physical man?
His name cannot be used only by executive rulers
of the AC of the MSTs of A.
Number 56. What are the words of AC of the MST of A?
Adept chamber of the Moorish Scientific Temple of America, third heaven.
Number 57. Who were Adam and Eve?
They are the mother and father of the human family. Asiatic and Muslim.
Asiatic and Muslim.
Number 58. Where did they go?
They went
into Asia.
Number 59. What is the modern name given to their children?
Asiatic.
Number 60. Who is guarding the holy city of Mecca today to keep the unbelievers away? Number 61. What is the modern name for those angels?
Asiatic.
Number 62. What is the shade of their skin?
Olive.
Number 63. Are the Moorish Americans any relation to those angels?
Yes. We all have the same father and mother.
Number 64. Give 5 names that are given to the descendants of Adam and Eve.
Lucifer, devil, dragon,
and beast.
Number 65. What is the devil sometimes called?
The lower self.
Number 66. How many cells are there?
Two.
Number 67. Name them.
Higher self, the lower self.
And lower self.
Number 68. What people represent the higher self?
The
The
angels
angels who protect the holy city of Mecca.
The holy city of Mecca.
Number 69. What people represent the lower self?
Those who were cast out of the holy city of Mecca. And those who accept their teaching.
And those who accept their teaching.
Number 70. What is their higher self?
The higher self is the mother of virtue,
the mother of virtue
and the harmony
of life.
and the breeds journey of mercy, love, and right.
Mercy, love, and right.
Mercy, love, and right.
Number 71. Can the higher self pass away?
No.
Number 72. Why?
Because
Because it is a law of man.
it is a law in man.
Number 73. What does the lower self breed?
Hatred, slander, lewdness, murder, theft, everything.
Everything that harms.
And everything that harms.
Number 74. What did the higher self say to the lower self at one time when he met him?
Where
are you going?
Satan?
Number 75. What was the answer that the lower self gave to the higher self?
I am going to the earth
and
the earth whom I may devour.
I may devour.
Number 76. Has he finished his task of devouring?
Yes.
Number 77. When was his time declared out?
When on the cross.
Number 78. What are the last words Jesus uttered?
It is finished.
Number 79. What did he have reference to?
He had
reference to the end of Satan.
Number 80. Did Jesus say that he would return to conquer him?
Yes.
Number 81. What is the name of the person into whom Jesus was first reincarnated?
Prophet Muhammad,
The conqueror.
Number 82. Was Satan to be bound then?
Satan was to be bound
in part.
Number 83. When was the head of Satan taken off?
1453. 519.
Number 84. By whom?
Muhammad.
Number 85. Name some of the marks that were put upon the Moors of Northwest by the European nations in 1774.
Negro, black, colored,
and Ethiopian.
Number 86. Negro.
A name
given to a
given
river
to a river in West
West
Africa by
Africa
Moors
by
because it
Moors
contains black water.
because it contains black water.
Number 87. What is meant by the word black?
Black
Black
according to science means death.
according to science means death.
Number 88. What does the word colored mean?
Colored means
Colored means
anything that has been
anything that has
tainted,
been
stained,
tainted,
varnished, or
stained,
dyed.
varnished, or dyed.
Stained, varnished, or dyed.
Number 89. What does what does Ethiopia mean?
Ethiopia means something
something
divided.
divided.
Something divided.
Number 90. Can a man be a Negro, black, colored, or Ethiopian?
No.
No.
Number 91. Why?
Because
Because
man is
man
made in
is
the
made in
image
the image
and after
and
the
after the
likeness of
likeness
God
of
Allah.
God Allah.
After the likeness of God Allah.
Allah.
Number 92. What title does Satan give himself?
God.
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 Number 93. Will you define the word white?
White
White
means purity.
means
Purity
purity.
means God, and God means
Purity
ruler of the
means
land.
God, and God means ruler of the ruler of the land.
Number 94. To whom do we refer to at times as being the great God?
Allah.
Allah.
Number 95. Is the devil made in the image and likeness of Allah?
No,
No.
he's the shadow of our lower
He
self
is
who pass away.
the lower self and will pass away.
Number 96. Who made the devil?
Elohim.
Elohim.
Number 97. Who is Elohim?
Elohim
Elohim is the seven created
is
spirits
the
that
seven
created
created
everything
spirits
that was, ever
that
was,
created
and is
everything
evermore
that
to
ever
be.
was, is, and evermore to be.
Number 98. What is Elohim sometimes called?
The
The
seven eyes
seven
of
eyes
Allah.
of Allah.
Number 99. How many days are in the circle?
7 days.
7 days.
100. How many days are in a creation?
7
7
days.
days.
7 days.
Number 101. According to science, how many days are in a year?
7 days.
7 days.
Islam, there ends the reading of our Quran questions for Moorish Americans, Quran questions for Moorish children. I thank you all for your participation and energy. I return the floor back to you. Islam and peace.
Islam, the Sheikh, very bad. And give thanks for all who participated and give thanks for all of us being here. And may Allah bless the reading of our divine constitution, bylaws, our additional laws, and our 101 questionnaires. And at this time, we turn the floor over to our National Sunday School coordinator, Sheikh Sherry Eel, to our magnificent young Moors to show their excellence in what they've been taught in our Sunday school. Islam, Islam, Sheikhis.
Islam, Deputy Sheikh. How are you?
Peaceful. And yourself, beloved?
Peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. Thank you.
May Allah keep us in that state. Islam?
Islam, Islam, Islam. Islam more and Islam family. I am Sheikah Gloria Cherry Eel, the National Director of the Moorish Children's Sunday School. I am first rising to my highest height, always giving all perfect praises and honors to Allah, the Mother, Father, God of the universe. I'm giving honor to all the true and divine prophets, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, etc. And our last prophet in these days, our great, illustrious Hebrew prophet, Noble Drew Allah, our Savior and Redeemer, in the first, second, and third form. I am honoring all our ancestors, all Allah's divine attributes. I am recognizing and acknowledging all our national officials, all officers, all members, all our parents, all children, students, visitors, friends, again, family, and always the universe. I would like to now share our Moorish Children's Universal Prayer. Always taking time to send positive energies of prayers and thoughts of healing blessings, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically to all throughout this universe. I would like to now call to the floor our activity and attendance coordinator, Sister Chandrika Copeland Eel, to do our roll call for the Sunday's creation. Islam, sister.
Islam.
Sister, the floor is yours.
Islam Moors. I am the activities and attendance coordinator for the Moorish Children's Sunday School. My name is Sister Chandrika Copeland L., and I am calling out of the Florida Republic. Rising to my highest of heights, giving all perfect praises and honors to Allah, the Mother, Father, God of the universe, giving honors to all true and divine prophets, Yashua, Muhammed, Buddha, Confucius, and lastly, in this era of time, our illustrious Hebrew prophet, Honorable Noble Drew Ali, in his first, second, and third form. Extending my honors to our National Grand Sheikh, Joe Bratton Bay, our national officials, our deputy sheikhesses and sheikhs, our Moorish achievers, deputy Moorish achievers in training, members and guests on the call. I greet everyone in and with Islam. Now proceeding to read the roll call for the Moorish Children's Sunday School. Sister Chandrika and Brother Claxton Copeland L. Jr. and family. If the family is present, please star. Islam, we are all present. Deputy Sheikh Wanda Gomes Bay and Deputy Sheikh Cornelius Sanders Bay and family. If the family is present, please star.
Islam, we are all present.
Deputy Sheikh Alyssa and Deputy Sheikh Kirk Thomas Bay and family. If the family is present, please star.
Islam, we are all present.
Deputy Sheikh Ariana Sanders Bay and family. If the family is present, please star.
Islam, we are all present.
Sister Rioni and Brother Justin Levi L. and family. If the family is present, please star.
Islam, we are all present.
Deputy Sheikess Lakeisha and Deputy Sheik Michael Simpson L. Jr. and family. If the family is present, please star star.
Islam, sister, we are all present.
Sister Marion Tuma and Brother Curtis Douglas and family. If the family is present, please star star.
Islam, we are all present.
Sister Shelley Waitbay and Peterson family. If the family is present, please star star. If there are any enrolled families that I've missed and that are present, please unmute your line, state your name, and say Islam or peace. If there are any visiting parents with children who are on the call, please state your name, your child or children's name, their ages, and where you're calling from. If the children would like to say Islam, please feel free to do so.
Islam.
Islam.
This is Cynthia Ridgway calling from New York Republic. And I have my granddaughter, Angel Davis. She's 11. And my grandson, Desmond, whom is 2. Peace.
Islam. We would like to welcome our visiting families to our Moorish village family. Islam, Islam, Islamism.
Islam, sister, thank you so very much, and thank you, family, and welcome, Sister Cynthia Ridgway and family, grandchildren. I'm trusting that if they feel they want to participate, let them do that. We always open the floor after we finish our class, and that's also open for visiting children. They might want to say something, and they're free to do that. So please allow them to participate however Allah puts on their heart. So thank you, sister, and thank you, grandchildren. We love you. All right, Moors, we're going to be going through our lesson, but before I share our balance in life that we do every week, I just want to put a little bonus awareness on everybody's mind. We know today is Sunday, August the 1st. So we know this is connecting us back 93 years ago today. It was on a Wednesday that marked the new era of time. So we look at our 101 questionnaire on the back cover, but in science, it's really the front, our authority. We can see the new era of time. And I just came to my mind when I was preparing the lesson and noticing the date. So the day is August the 1st, and it was 93 years ago. 2:52 p.m., the new era of time. So just a little bonus of awareness to put on your mind. All right, now we're going to go through our balance in life that we go through every Sunday. And we know that's 5 parts. And I'm going to be sharing the introduction to the balance in life. At this time, continuing to be mindful of the importance of balance in life. We know our Moorish movement is balance, being both divine and national. This balance keeps us connected to Allah and the laws we must govern ourselves by. Now, I would like to call to the floor our Deputy Moorish Achiever in Training, Sister Jaden Levi Eel. Islam, sister, the floor is yours.
Islam.
Islam, dear.
Islam, this is Deputy Moorish Achiever in Training, Sister Jaden Levi Eel, calling out from Louisiana Republic, and I'm 11 years old. First, I'd like to rise to my highest heights, giving all perfect praises to Allah, the Mother, Father, God of the universe. I'd like to remain standing and extend those honors to all of our true and divine prophets, naming Jesus, Muhammed, Buddha, Confucius, and our last prophet in these days and times, our honorable prophet, Noble Drali, in his first, second, and third form. I would like to give honors to all of our national officials at headquarters, all of our sheiks and sheikesses, deputy sheiks, deputy sheikesses, all of our members, guests, and visitors on the call. And I'd like to give everyone in and with Islam. Starting with our divine side, can we have someone read keys 5 and 6, also 7 and 8, on page 1 of the Quran Questions for Moorish Children? This is a choice. All Moorish who are able to read can read all 4 or just 2. Star Moorish, you have the floor.
Islam.
Islam, Mighty Moor, you have the floor.
Islam, my name is Brother Christian Mohammed Bay. I'm 8 years old, confident in public. I'll be reading 5, 6, 7, and 8. 5. Who is Noble Jew Ali? He is Allah's prophet. 6. What is a prophet? A prophet is a thought of Allah manifested in the flesh. 7. What is the duty of a prophet? To save nations from the wrath of Allah. 8. Who is the founder of the Moorish Science Temple of America? Noble Jew Ali, Islam, and peace.
Thank you, Mighty Moore, for that powerful read. Now turning the floor back over to our beloved Sheikhish Cherry L. Islam, beloved, you have the floor.
Islam, dear. Thank you, sister. And also, I agree with you. That was very powerful. So continue doing what you're doing. Islam, Moors, we love it. All right, now I'd like to call to the floor our Deputy Moorish Achiever in Training, Brother Jameson Dennis Bay. Islam, Moor, you have the floor.
Islam.
Islam, dear.
Islam Moors. This is Deputy Moorish Achiever in Training, Brother Jameson Dennis Bay. I'm 10 years old and I'm calling from the Florida Republic. Now I'd like to exercise my 5 C's, and I would like to give honors and praises to Allah, the Mother, Father, God of the universe. I give honors to our sheikhs, members, and guests in the call. I greet you all with Islam. We will now have any more read our keys numbers 38, 39, 40, and 41 on page 3 of the Quran Questions for Moorish Children. Islam, magnificent Moors.
Islam.
I yield. Islam, magnificent Moor, you have the floor.
Islam, thank you. Thank you, brother. This is Vail Khan from Louisiana Republic, and I am 9 years old, and I like to read 38, 39, 40, and 41 on page 3 in our Quran Questions for Moorish Children. 38. What is an angel? An angel is a thought of Allah manifested in human flesh. 39. What are angels used for? To carry messages to the 4 quarters of the world to all nations. 40. What is our prophet to us? He is an angel of Allah who was sent to bring the everlasting gospel of Allah. 41. What is the everlasting gospel? It is a saving power that comes from Allah through our ancient fathers by his prophet, Islam, and peace.
Islam, thank you, magnificent Moor, for that powerful read. Now giving the floor over to our beloved Teacher Terry L. Islam Shikis, you have the floor.
Islam, dear, thank you so very much. And thank you, sister, for that powerful read. And now we're going to be blending divine and national. And for that, we're going to go to our circle 7. It's going to be chapter 47, and it's going to be on page 58. Can someone please take their time and read verses 9, 10, 11, and 12? Islam, star, star.
Islam.
Islam, sister.
Islam, my name is Sister Lovey Douglas, calling from the New York Republic, and I am 12 years old. 9. According to all true and divine records of the human race, there is no Negro, black, or colored race attached to the human family, because all the inhabitants of Africa were and are of the human race, descendants of the ancient Canaanite nation from the Holy Land of Canaan. 10. What your ancient forefathers were, you are today without doubt or contradiction. 11. There is no one who is able to change man from the descendant nature of his forefathers unless his power extends beyond the great universal creator, Allah himself. 12. These holy and divine laws are from the Prophet, Noble Jew Ali, the founder of the uniting of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Islam and peace.
Islam, 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 sister. Thank you so very much. I just love the way that you took your time. This is very important when we be reading these verses in our keys so that we don't rush through it. And that way you can feel what you're reading. So I love that you took your time to read these verses because it has a lot in it. Just tell a whole lot in these verses. So again, thank you, Sister Islam. Now, more, we're going to be opening the floor for everyone to exercise their 5 senses. Oh, hold it. I made a mistake. We're going to go back and we're going to be ending with our Moorish foundation and truth. So I apologize. I'm moving too fast. So anyone, please share with the class what is our Moorish foundation and truth.
Islam, I will yield.
My name is Brother Yashua Aaron Thomas Bay. I am 8 years old. The answer is the first to 7 articles of the U.S. Constitution, which is the organic free constitution of the Republic, U.S.A. Islam and peace.
Great. Islam, Islam, Islam. Thank you, brother. Took your time. I love the way you all are taking your time. Islam, I love that. Thank you, brother. And we know, we always share that this is connecting us back to the great law of peace. These first 7 articles are our free national constitution that Noble Drew Allah, the prophet, talks about in that blue pamphlet. Looks just like our 101 question, same color. And it says a warning. When? In 1928. That is the national side of our Moorish movement. That's that balance, divine and national. A warning. So he gave us a warning when? In 1928. And now today is August the 1st, 2021. That warning. All right, thank you. Now we're going to be open the floor to our students to exercise their five senses. We always let our mighty tiny Moors go first, if possible. Sisters go first, followed by brothers. If not, then any of our magnificent young and older Moors can exercise whatever law puts on your heart. So this is your time to exercise what's on your heart. Islam. Floor is open. State your name. Where you calling from?
Islam.
Islam.
Islam. My name is the National Day. By my beautiful or
Where are you calling from?
incredible is a big my beautiful or love you peace freedom justice. I want to adore a guy and about patient a night at a day to her public really made you. Allah is Allah. Allah is the border in the universe. You see him no red place. We can meet him in the heart. Islamic peace. Peace, peace, peace.
Islam, sister. Beautiful, beautiful. I love that. Thank you. I know the class did. Islam, sister. We love you. Thank you very much. Anyone else? Exercising their five senses. Floor is open.
Islam.
Islam.
Islam. This is Sister Chandrika Copeland L, the Activities and the Teams Coordinator. I have, what is your name, sister?
Sister Survivor Coconut Princess.
And how old are you?
3.
You're 3, and we're calling from the Florida Republic. And I would like her to exercise her five senses this Sunday's creation. Let's say your 5 principles for everyone. Say love, truth, peace, freedom,
and justice.
Who made you?
Allah.
Who is Allah?
Allah is fire of the universe.
Can we see him?
No.
Where is the nearest place we can meet him?
In the heart.
In the heart. Say Islam
and peace.
And peace.
Islam, my dear sister, thank you so very much for exercising your five senses with our class today. Beautiful, beautiful. Islam, floor is still open if anyone to exercise their five senses.
Islam. My name is Brother Yasser Aaron Thomas Bay. I am 8 years old. My 5 principles are love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. My nationality is Moorish American. I love you all. Islam and peace.
Islam, my dear brother. Islam. Beautiful. Thank you. You always send out vibrations of love to all of us. And we, in return, send vibrations of love to you and your family. Our first principle, love, divine love. Thank you, brother. Anyone else would like to exercise their five senses? Please star. Islam.
My name is Patricia Bay. I'm ASO Concord in public. My 5 principles are love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Who made you? Allah. Who is Allah? Allah is the Father of the universe. Can we see him? No. Where is the next place we can meet him? In the heart. What is your nationality? Moorish American. What is our religion? Islamism. Which is our holy day? Friday, Islam and peace.
Islam, Islam, Islam. Powerful, brother. Beautifully. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We love you. Continue growing and being who you are. Thank you, brother. We love you. Anyone else exercising their five senses before we move on? Please, star.
Islam. Islam, I'll yield.
Thank you. Islam, my name is Sister Leslie Douglas, calling from the New York Republic, and I am 12 years old. My 5 principles are love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And I'll be reading keys 70, 71, and 72 from the Quran questions for Moorish Americans. 70. What is the higher self? The higher self is the mother of virtues and the harmonies of life, and breeds justice, mercy, love, and right. 71. Can the higher self pass away? No. 72. Why? Because it is Allah and man, Islam and peace.
Islam, 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 and thank you, sister, for choosing those 3 powerful keys. And that's what we all hear, learning about what? Our higher self and what the higher self really is. So again, sister, thank you very much. They perfect for me right now to constantly keep in my mind. The higher self is the mother of virtue and the harmonies of life, and does what? Breathes justice, mercy, love, and right, and know that it cannot pass away. Why? Again, because it is Allah and man. And we say man, we want man, everybody. So this is perfect. I love your choice of sharing with our class today. Islam, sister, we love you. Anyone else exercises before we move on?
Islam.
Islam, sister.
Islam, this is Deputy Moorish Achiever and Training Sister Jaden Levi L, calling out from Louisiana Republic, and I'm 11 years old. And I would like to share the definition of the word inclusion. The inclusion can be the action or state of including or of being included within a group or structure. It could also be the practice or policy of providing equal access to opportunities and resources for people who might otherwise be included or marginalized, such as those who have physical or mental disabilities and members of other minority groups. Islam and peace.
Islam, sister, I love that. Inclusion. We got to keep that in mind because sometimes we forget about that. That's very important what you shared today with our class. Inclusion. I love that. Continue doing what you're doing, sister. We love you. I love that. Thank you. Islam. All right, anyone else?
Islam. Islam, this is Sister Riley by Ilkhan from Louisiana Republic, and I am 9 years old, and I would like to read the definition of abandonment. The action or fact of abandoning or being abandoned. Islam and peace.
Islam, my dear. Thank you for choosing the word you chose today, abandonment. Very powerful word. This is something that we don't think about. Going to relate it to maybe us here in the Moorish Science Temple, because this is how we fell. Our ancestors, we fell. This is why we got disconnected from Allah, our source, because we abandoned the truth of our forefathers and mothers. We did this. And everything that's happening to us now as a nation of people, a race of people, is the result. So we always got to first be accountable. Why? Why? All this tragedy happening to our race of people. Then we got to go back to the very beginning. No, it's not right. But we have to admit that we abandoned. That's another form of doing my best to connect your word with us today, how it applies to us today. So again, sister, I love that word abandonment. It can go a whole lot of different ways, but I just chose that to see the scenario, why it's so important that we reconnect, with our forefathers and mothers, with these laws that we must live by, keep us protected, to do the right thing. So again, I love your word. Thank you, sister. Abandonment. All right, Moors. At this time, I'd like to call to the floor our Deputy Moorish Achiever in Training, Brother Dennis Bay, to read or either recite our Act 6 key. Islam, brother, you have the floor. You're able. Islam, dear.
Islam Wars. This is Deputy Moorish Achiever in Training, Brother Jamison Dennis Bay. I'm 10 years old and I'm calling from the Florida Republic, and I would like to exercise my 5 senses and recite our key Act 6. With us, all members must proclaim their nationality, and we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they must know that they are a part and parcel of this said government, and know that they are not Negroes, colored folks, black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865 during the time of slavery. But this is a new era of time now, and all men now must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live in the nations of the earth. This is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained Noble Drawley, the prophet, to redeem his people from their sinful ways. The Moorish Americans are the descendants of the ancient Moabites who inhabit the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa. Islam and peace.
Islam. Perfect. You spoke everything with all the accents that needed to be demonstrated, so that if anybody would ask and you recite this Act 6 key, you get a lot of information. They know what must be done, what everybody must be or do to become what? A member. So I love the way you took your time. It's a lot in this Act 6 key. So again, brother, thank you, and continue doing what you are doing. Now, can we have somebody support our brother in our Act 6 key by reciting or reading the 4 supporting statements?
Islam.
Islam, dear.
Islam, this is Riley by Ilkana from Louisiana Republic, and I am 9 years old, and I would like to recite our 4 supporting statements. 1. I am a Hebrew Muslim of Moorish descent. 2. We get our nationality through genealogy. 3. We honor our forefathers and mothers by proclaiming our true nationality. 4. Our simple way of calling ourselves named that dilutes of slavery, no bourgeoisie can redeem us. Islam and peace.
Perfect. I love it. Thank you, sister. You took your time. Islam is very important, and I love the way you're pronouncing the words of our 4 supporting statements, connecting to our Act 6 key, and also it connects to the word abandonment again. The prophet came for us, to save us from our sinful ways. And you explain, calling ourselves names that do what? Delude to slavery. A lot of us not even aware of that. I'm not talking about the students, but as a whole, do not understand that we're still in the mentality state of slavery. It's mental slavery. Because why? We're doing sinful things, calling ourselves, we are human beings. We are the human race. And we're, calling ourselves names that delude to slavery, black, colored, Negro, African American, all those names. And that's why we are being treated the way we are being treated, because we are not this. That's why we have to correct our status so we can be dressed as human beings and not as animals. Animals are treated like that, all because we abandoned, our truth and our forefathers and mothers. So again, sister, I love that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, now, Moors, we're going to go into our lesson for this Sunday's creation, and we will be sharing part 3 of some of the symbolism of the two clasped hands, which is the hand press, with the word Asia written under it. And this, this is on our cover, so you can take out your PDF covers. Excuse me, those who have their covers. You can take your covers out as I share some more symbolism of the two clasped hands, and you can see the word Asia written under it. And we state this as the hand press, not shake, the hand press. All right. Something I would like to share that came to my mind, which is very important, key for all of us. As we always notice, that the prophet addresses us all first on the cover of our 101 questions as what? Moorish Americans. Let's include everybody, all of us. Moorish American. Quran questions for who? Moorish Americans. And then when we notice, when we open up our 101 questions that says for Moorish Americans, we see first our Moorish American prayer at the very top. And thirdly, he lets us all know we are all Moorish children, exactly in that order. So this helps us all. The purpose of it, one of the purposes, always 1,000 purposes that can be associated. But I'm choosing that this helps us all of us to do what? Remember to be humble. That's what I pick up in this as a message. So that's why he calls all Moorish Americans. All of us are Moorish Americans. And then when we go open the 101 questions, he has Moorish children. All of us are Moorish children, adults all down. So this keeps us humble. To me, it does. So I just wanted to share that, to keep that in mind. All right? Now, briefly, last Sunday's creation, we shared our prophet teaches us the truth, that there are only two races, Asiatic and European. This is the first one race is what? The first race, period, is what? The human race. Important. The human race, that includes all of us. And it's subdivided into two races, which is Asiatic and European. First, the human race. We're of the human race. Subdivided into two races. It's only Asiatic and European. We shared that last Sunday's creation. We shared the Asiatic race includes what? All, A-L-L, olive hued nationality groups. And we shared the European race includes what? All, A-L-L, pale skin nationality groups. So now let us share part 3, picking up from where we left off. So part 3, I'm going to share that today. Okay, it says, so, again, for clarity's sake, I must pause to explain what is meant by what? The terms race and nationality. Though there is no uniform definition for the term race, many social scientists define this term as what? One, a population which does what? Differs significantly from other human populations in regard to distinctive gene frequency. Others do what? They defined it as 2. Any collection of people, what? Defined as alike. Due to what? Certain selected physical attributes and labeled as such. Still, others define it as 3. A group that is socially defined, but what? But on the basis of physical criteria. In each definition, a person's race is primarily defined in terms of what? Physical attributes. And one's physical attributes are largely what? A manifestation of one's genetic makeup. Now, on the other hand, the term nationality means what? A people linked by what? Common descent from an accepted ancestor. And doing what? Sharing a common history. 1, 2, language. 3, religion. 4, land. 5, cultural and way of life. That's important. A person's nationality is primarily defined in terms of what? Cultural attributes. Having said the above, I now can better address what perhaps might be the question in the mind of the reader. Why should Asiatics of all nationalities do what? Unite. Now that takes us back to our Holy Covenant of Asiatic Nation. Remember, I told you it's all Asiatics, not just us. Okay, to answer this question, we must look to history. For the past 500 years, dating approximately from the what? Fall of who? Moorish Spain, when? In 1492. Asiatics of various nationalities the world over have been what? Under genocidal assault, the likes of which has no parallel of human history or annals, which means a record event, historical record. To enumerate all the tribal / national names of these hapless victims would take several pages. And if a team of historians were to set themselves the task of chronologizing Europeans' brutal treatment of who? Asiatics. All Asiatic Moors. Such a task would undoubtedly require the writing of several hundred books, possibly 1,000. The scope and extreme of what? European cruelty against who? Olive-hued people does what? So shocks the what? Conscience that more than a few prominent or important European thinkers have felt the need to do what? Confess. So that's how we learn a lot of history also, because some of the Europeans are beginning to share the truth. And what did he say? Confess. And remember we shared last Sunday's creation that we have to realize a lot of time every pale-skinned looking person is not a European. So remember the key and wisdom that I shared. If they have brown eyes, if they have blonde hair, brown eyes, green eyes, whatever, they have our blood running through their blood stream. That's very important. Brown hair, blue eyes. And we shared that a true European has blue eyes and blonde hair. That particular combination, that's a true European. Everything else got our blood in it. That's how powerful and pure our blood is. When you amalgamate and cross over, 1 ounce of our blood. And remember I shared after the 8th generation of a European amalgamating with us, that race is wiped out. That generation is wiped out. 8 generations it takes, and they're wiped out. So I would, just reminding us of that. So okay, I'm gonna go back. It says, important European thinkers have felt the need to do what? Confess the murderous onslaught that their people have what? Inflicted upon who? Asiatics. For instance, in an essay entitled The Undiscovered Self, and parenthesis says present and future, and this renowned psychiatrist name is Carol Jung, Carl capital Jung. This is what he said, the following. This is what he shared. The horror which the dictator states, this is the person name I just shared, have of late brought upon mankind is nothing less than the culmination of all those atrocities of which our ancestors made themselves guilty in the not so distant past. Quite apart from the barbarous and bloodbath perpetrated by who? By who? The Christian nations among themselves throughout where? European history. The European has also to answer. Now this was very important. This helps me stay humble and keep my faith in Allah. I'm going to share this. The European has also to do what? Answer for all the crimes he has committed against the so-called colored races during the process of colonization. In this respect, the so-called white man carries a very, very heavy burden indeed. And we're going to stop there. So the reason why I shared that, every time I read that, and especially when I read it again, it helps you not be disconnected from Allah, because the prophet states that we have to learn to love instead of hate. And this is very important because our first principle is love. So we know that the Europeans, whatever they do, they got the answer for this. So this helps us not get so emotionally distracted. Now, you're going to have feelings because we are human, but not enough where it causes you to get disconnected from Allah. Allah is the last one or entity to fulfill justice on a scale like this. So I just want to share that because when I read it, every time I read it, it helps me again, because the more I see what's happening to us and our people, it's very disturbing. But what helps me come out of that and raise my vibrations up and energy up, hey, Allah, they have to answer to Allah. There's nothing we could even do to begin the justice outside of us standing up doing what we're supposed to do, proclaiming our nationality and obeying the laws and staying connected with our ancestors. So again, we're going to stop right there, and trusting that there were some keys, important things that our students were able to understand. Again, as the symbolism of the hand press, the two clasped hands on our picture saying Asia. And remember, we're talking about the whole Asiatic race. Everybody, not just us. That's a lot. Everybody unite. All right, Moors? Now I'm going to open the floor and call our Sister Copeland Eel to share our home assignment for this Sunday's creation. And today we be on the fourth week of the syllabus. So, Sister, please share our home assignment.
Islam,
Islam, dear.
Islam Moors. I am the Activities and Attendance Coordinator for the Moorish Children Sunday School. My name is Sister Chandrika Copeland L., and I'm calling out of the Florida Republic. Now proceeding to read the home assignment for this Sunday's creation. This Sunday's creation, our home assignment will be centered around last week's Sunday school lesson, where Sheikah Cherry L. demonstrated on race and what race entails, based on her demonstration and being a Moorish American. What is the definition of race? What is your race? What do the inclusions of your race have in common? For our magnificent Moors, 7 years and older, please demonstrate on the questions above in 2 to 3 paragraphs. For our magnificent mighty tiny Moors, 0 months to 7 years, please spell the word race and use it in a mighty sentence. And always, if you are unable to attend Sunday school, please send a text to Sheikah Cherry L. any day or time before Saturday at 5 p.m. Peace and love, family. Islam, beloved.
Islam, dear, thank you so very much for sharing our home assignment. The floor is now open, always to our mighty tiny Moors first, if it's possible, to start sharing their home assignment. Islam, star, please. State your name, where you calling from.
Islam.
Anyone. Okay, it's on, babe.
My name is Brother Yasser Aaron Thomas Bay. I am 8 years old. Race deals with how a group of people are grouped and identified. As a Moorish American, my race is Asiatic. I am an Asiatic because Asia was the original name of our land. My race includes all olive nationalities like Moorish American people that call themselves Chinese, Japanese, Turkish, India, Puerto Ricans, and Mexicans. That is just some of the titles that Asiatics go by, and there are much more. Islam and peace.
Islam, 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 Brother Yasir Thomas Bay. Beautifully demonstrated, beautifully read, and you cover quite a bit. So you was using your listening skills. I love it. Your sacred listening skills and internalizing that we realize it's just not us. All olive hue race, and you name the Chinese, the Japanese. We would never know this without the prophet coming and teaching us the truth. So thank you, brother, and we love you. Anyone else like to share their home assignment? Floor is open.
Islam.
Islam.
Islam, this is Deputy Moorish Receiver in Training, Sister Jaden Levi Ill, calling out from the Louisiana Republic, and I'm 11 years old. Now I like to exercise my homework assignment. Race. Each of the major groupings into which humankind is considered in various theories or contexts to be divided on the basis of physical characteristics or shared ancestry. And because we are descendants of Moroccans and born in America, we are Moorish American Asiatics. And by us proclaiming our nationality and birthright, following the teachings and lessons of our prophet, these are some of the things we have to do and we have in common. Islam and peace.
Islam, my dear. Thank you, sister. Using your listening skills. I love it. Thank you, and thank you because I can tell the way you're reading it that you're internalizing it, you're applying it. See, all these lessons we got to apply to ourselves. You know, everybody gets an understanding, their own understanding. What understanding Allah bless you with, that's what you use. That's very important. You don't have to do what someone else do. We all have our only individual understanding, and what we do, we put it together and make the whole. So you do your part, he does his part, they do their part, and eventually the whole world would know this truth. Why all this happening? Our race, the way we classify, we're not, obeying the laws that we must go by. So, sister, I love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anyone else? Please share your home assignment.
Islam.
Islam, dear.
Islam, this is Sister Ryan Levi Ill, calling from Louisiana Republic, and I am 9 years old, and I like to exercise my homework assignment. Race is a group of people descended from a common ancestor. Our race is Asiatics because we are descendants of Moroccans and born in America. Some of the inclusive things we as a race have in common is that we are learning who we truly are, and we are not Negroes, colored folks, Black people, or Ethiopians, and that it is our mission to help falling humanity, Islam, and peace.
Islam, Sister Riley. Thank you so very much for exercising your five sisters on your home assignment and race and the keys that you brought out that is very important. This is how we're what? Uplifting fallen humanity. So humanity has fallen, we realize that. But we're first doing what? Uplifting ourselves first. So we're learning these lessons so that then we can go out and share it. So again, Sister Riley, I love your home assignment. Thank you. Islam, I love you. Anyone else like to exercise the home assignment?
Islam.
Islam,
this is Sister Chandrika Copeland, Elder Activities and Attendance Coordinator. I have Sister
Solara Divine Copeland, Elder Princess.
And how old are you? And we're calling from the Florida Republic, and I would like her to exercise her five senses on her home assignment. Can you say your more cyber? Say race.
Race.
Let's spell race. Say R.
R.
A.
A.
C.
C.
E.
E.
Race.
Race.
Say birthplace.
Birthplace.
Earth.
Earth.
Say race.
Race.
Human.
Human.
Say politics.
Politics.
Freedom.
Freedom.
Say religion.
Religion.
Islamism.
Islamism.
Say Islam and peace.
Islam, my dear Sister Sanaira, Divine Copeland Eel. Thank you so very much for exercising your home assignment on our word race. And yes, I love that mighty, mighty sentence you shared with our class today. We love you, Sister Sanaira. Islam. Anyone else? Door's still open. Exercise your home assignment. Islam, sister.
Islam, my name is Sister Lovey Douglas, calling from the New York Republic, and I am 12 years old. The word race explains how people can be divided up into different groups based on their physical appearance, for example, their eye shape, hair, and skin color. My race is Asiatic. We are all connected to one mother known as Eve, and our DNA shows that to be true. That is why all melanated people are connected no matter how they look. Islam and peace.
Islam, sister. Beautiful. No matter. I love that. We're all connected. Beautifully demonstrated. And I love that. We are all connected. This is all a part of learning to love instead of hate. Because that was purposely done to keep us against each other. So we won't unite. We're powerful people when we come together for the right reasons and causes and stuff. So we got to do this. So I love your demonstration and I love that part that you shared about we're all connected. Keep this in mind, students. We love you. Thank you, Sister Lovey Douglas. Anyone else? Home assignment?
Islam. Moorish. This is Deputy Moorish Achiever in Training, Brother Jameson Dennis Bay. I'm 10 years old, and I'm calling from the Florida Republic, and I would like to exercise my five senses on my home assignment. Race is where you are from or your nationality. A race is a group of humans based on shared physical or social qualities into categories generally viewed as distinct by society. My race is the human race, and that is everyone's race. Islam and peace.
Islam, my brother, Deputy Moorish Achiever Training. Thank you, Brother Dennis Bay, for exercising your home assignment on our race and also demonstrating on the connection. Islam, 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 and thank you, brother. We love you. Islam, anyone else before we close? All right, Moors. At this time, we close the children's portion of the Sunday school. And I would like to first, before we close, we always open the floor to any visiting children who are on the call who might like to say something. There's no more than Islam or whatever they want to share at the class. So either way, we always open the floor to our visiting children first, and then any student that would like to share. So right now the floor is open in case any child or children would like to share. Islam, star, star. If not, the floor is open to any student.
Islam.
Islam.
Islam. Islam.
Islam.
I don't think you can hear him, Islam. He's 2 years old. This is Desmond from the New York Republic. Say it loud and clear. Islam. Islam.
We can hear him, baby. He sounding strong.
Okay. Angel, it's like say Islam. This is Angel, his sister. She's 11. Islam. Come on. It's loud. Who is that? Islam. Come on. What is She's shy. I'm sorry. Peace.
Islam, Islam, Islam are visiting children, angels. All of us are angels, and your name is Sister Angel.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Hello.
Okay, you said it already.
Is that Brother Dennis? Desmond?
That's Desmond. What would you like to say, Desmond? Islam?
Mhm.
Well, say it.
Islam.
Oh.
Go on.
Islam, Brother Desmond. We love you. Please come back and visit us again.
Say yes.
Yes.
All right. Yes, that's an angel. Islam, Islam, Islam. All these angels we have today. And
Angel? Islam.
Someone else
Islam.
speak?
Islam.
Islam.
Okay.
I can hear you saying Islam.
Yes, that was Angel, and we yield the floor.
All right, dear. Thank you so much, Grandma. Thank you. You know, they love this. This is beautiful. So I trust when they come visit it again on a Sunday, they be here with us. Here?
Islam.
Yes, and thank you much for this. This is beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you, sister. All right, Moors. Now, anyone else? Any student have anything they want to share before we close out?
Islam.
Islam, brother.
Islam Moorish. This is Deputy Moorish Achiever in Training, Brother Jameson Dennis Bay. I'm 10 years old, and I'm calling from the Florida Republic, and I'd like to exercise my 5 senses on the word patience. The capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. Patience is a person's ability to wait something out or endure something tedious without getting riled up. Having patience means you can remain calm without complaint while bearing pains or trials, manifesting forbearance under strain. An example of patience is someone standing peacefully in a very long line. Islam and peace.
Islam, Islam, Islam. Always love your words for the week and for the day. And that's a powerful word, patient. We all are practicing patience. We have to learn those skills that you named. And you definitely reminded me of an incident I just shared with someone. I was in the market and I had a lady so impatient, she actually got out of the line while I'm paying for my food and grabbed my stuff and put it in the cart for me. And I just looked at her. She couldn't wait until I had to clear the thing off, finish with the man. So, yes, we have to learn, because this world that we're in now, everything is so fast. We got to slow down, take your time. And I'm also learning these skills myself, learning not to get frustrated, learning to breathe first, and take your time. So, yes, that's a good word for myself. And I'm sure others, if they're honest, is a good word for them also. So thank you again, brother, for our word. Patience. All right, more. At this time, we're closing a portion of the Children's Sunday School out. And I am closing always in the spirit of divine gratitude and thankfulness, and also in the spirit of love divine. Peace, 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 and more peace. I love you more. Thank you.
Islam, Islam, Islam. Beautiful lessons today from our Sunday school coordinator, Ikis Gloria Cherio. Give thanks to
Islam, brother.
Islam.
Deputy Sheik is Elissa Thomas Bay is the coordinator. I'm the national director.
Islam.
Yeah, thank you. Love you. Thank you.
Thank you, sis. Yes, give thanks to the national director and coordinators of our children's Sunday school conference call. Beautiful call. And now it's time to open the floor for adult portion of our Sunday school conference call. And if there is any questions from our 101 questionnaire, as we must confirm ourselves to the questionnaire and exercise our five senses, who is able to do so.
Islam, Deputy.
Islam. Sheik is William Bay.
Islam all as well?
All is true. Yourself?
Well, thank you.
Sheila, shukran. You have the floor.
Islam was ever rising, giving all perfect praises to Allah, all his divine prophets, the ones we speak of, the ones we don't, but recognizing and naming Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, and our last Hebrew prophet in these days and times, our illustrious Hebrew prophet, Noble Drew Allah. Giving honor and recognizing everyone in the sound of my voice. I'd like to speak on and continue the conversation regarding the Koran 101 questions, and thank Sheikah Chariel for continuing it and explaining that it's for Moorish Americans, Moorish children, which we all are, and what it represents. This is the foundation more that we stand on, that we build on. This is where we get our information regarding us and as who we are and whose we are. And we pray first and begin with the questions. It talks about love and energy Mine is no nonsense, and that's what you hear in my voice. Not that I'm the teacher, not that I'm bringing you the lesson. What I am is sending out a warning. This is not to be played with. I've been around too long and I've seen too much. I know when Satan has entered the building, always there, as he said, comes to and fro the earth seeking whom may be devoured. So he whispers in your ear. We don't have to do that. It's not for me that we speak these 101 questions. That's the charge. Where do we get our information from? So when you hear disturbance in my voice, something's awry. Something is in action. The doors are trying to be breached. When we open the door for goodness, for elevation, what comes in with it? Lower self is there. Don't listen. When it says don't listen to her, this is not for me. Come on. This is business. This is the third wave. First prophet, second prophet, the third prophet we sit under. And he has built this information so we can understand it. But if we listen to the naysayers, I don't like how she say that. Love. Believe it's love with love. And it's tough love. We got to accept that too, along with love. And it's okay to say, no, I'm not going to listen to you today. Thanks for sharing, but not today. Come on, more. This is about us and our elevation. If we fail, if the ones that's been gripping and holding on this for so many years to share to the masses, no longer there, what do? Especially if you don't know the lesson. The 101, if we haven't built on it. What do, Moors? This ain't a he said, the she said. This is not personal, but it is. It's very personal, but it's not about you. We don't know each other like that. Stop the judgment. Speak the truth. And when does personal business come into the temple? For everyone. It's exactly what it says, personal. We don't share personal business. If someone shares with you, it's a lot of stuff going on, Moors. And we think we are not being seen. Do I care that you don't care about me? It's not about me. Hear what I say. I didn't sit here. I've been here all this time waiting to tear down. We're building, Moors. We opened the door. We invited you in. Don't bring lower self. Don't do that. Don't start. What wasn't here when you got here? The love is here. And now what are we doing? Everyone said the 101. And now we get twos and fews. We can't say it because of what? Has it changed? Has the information in the pamphlet changed? Then why have we changed on it? Don't do that. It's not about me. I know when I hear that folks are upset with how I share, listen to the message. I share like that so it can ring in your ears and resonate. Yes, she did say that. And I meant it. Break it down so you can accept it and feel it and understand. This is not a tear down, Moors. Just wanted to share what we think, feel, or believe is not true. That is not why I'm here. I want us to raise. We got to this time. This is the third try. If we don't do it this time, and look at what's going on Earth, not just the universe. They're leaving, y'all. They got planes, they got money. You got no money, you don't get to ride. They turn up here. What is going on? We're running through the neighborhoods. We, not them, we, here in Baltimore on a daily basis. We got 2, 3, 4 of us with guns and don't care about elders, children. Last weekend, this time, a 16-year-old killed in D.C. Sister riding around with 2 babies here in Baltimore in her trunk. One's been in there for a year and the other 3 months. We're shooting and killing the fire, the earthquake, the storms. Do we not see what's going on, Moors? Because it's not here in our states at this time, you don't think it's coming? Oh, and let's not speak about Corona. Come on, Moors. I'm not against you, but I will not be quiet when I know it is time to sound the warning. In our rooms, is it love in there? Are we challenging each other? You can't say this to me. You not the leader. It's 12 o'clock. You can't say 12 o'clock. I say 12 o'clock. We all say 12 o'clock, Moors. We're sounding the horn. It's time to stop the foolishness. And forgive me for feeling this way. And I thank you, Sheikah, for your lesson. It was right on point. Peace and love, Moors.
You're welcome, and I love you. Thank you, sister. Peace.
Shukran, shukran. Words of a wise woman, Moabite. Yes. Give thanks for those message. And when we speak the truth, we are teaching. So whatever you want to call yourself doing, my sister, hey, give thanks for the uplifting, because we truly do need it. And you and you will be remembered because of your words and how you say your words. So Islam for being yourself, which we all should be. And to what our sheikh is just delivered to us, the question is, at least for myself, have I changed? Am I changing? Am I willing to change? Because being this professional NBC for all these years that we were practicing, we need the same amount of time to practice these lessons to see some fulfillment, unfoldment. Give thanks. And again to our Sheikh Sherry, give thanks for that lesson. Our National Grand Sheikh will not be with us today. He sends his love and Islam to the family. So we can proceed for a little bit more, Mos. Are there any questions? If not, based on the topic that was on the floor, I'd like to read something from
Islam.
this. Islam? Islam.
Islam. Islam.
Islam, I yield to the Moabitess.
I yield.
Islam. Oh, wow.
Islam, sister.
Islam. This is Michelle Ewart from the New York Republic. I just wanted to share what I've been studying out for the past few creations. In our Holy Nights, we've been reading chapters, 20 through 23 in various order.
And the one thing that stuck with me is that these are just not just instructions for women be this way, men be this way, but these are instructions for who we are as individuals, as Moorish Americans. In chapter, I think this is 40. Sorry, my Roman chapter XLV, which the divine origin of the Asiatic nations. Verses 1 and 2 says, the fallen sons and daughters of the Asiatic nation of North America need to learn to love instead of hate, and to know of their higher self and lower self. This is the uniting of the Holy Koran of Mecca for teaching and instructing all Moorish Americans. In verse 2, it says, the key of civilization was and is in the hands of Asiatic nations. The Moorish, who were the ancient Moabites and the founders of the holy city of Mecca. The key of civilization is in my hands, and I take that charge seriously. These aren't things to just read and think, okay, let's apply to a group. It's for me to read and apply to myself. And that's a very weighty responsibility. The key of civilization depends on what we do and what I do. I have to internalize this and say, this is my growth and this is my walk. And what I put out there affects the outcome. Going back to 23, in verse 7, it says, the soil is thine own, let it not want cultivation. The seed which thou sowest, that also shalt thou reap. All of these instructions that we've been going through, it's not just for reading and breaking it down into, this applies to this portion of our kingdom and that applies to man, woman. We're all here balanced, and these are the keys for us building up our civilization and building up our kingdom. And no matter what we're doing, every thought, every action, every habit, it's sowing something, whether or not we think it is. Not doing something is the act of sowing something. So for me, I have to be careful and really respect the responsibility that I've accepted in crossing over and, being a part of my Moorish American community. And this just relates also to Key 70. Says, what is the higher self? The higher self is the mother of virtues and the harmonies of life. And it breeds justice, mercy, love, and right. Where it's, once we're embodying these things, it's breeding something. We're creating the law of creation. It's a spiritual law that's always at work. So this is just what's been on my heart the past few creations as we've been reading through, and knowing that it's not just instructions for the duty of a husband. It's not just instructions for what a woman should be or a man should be. It's instructions for me and for all of us in the act of building our community, and as it said, just in the act of restoring our civilization, raising up our fallen selves, and growing into that higher nature. So thank you for sharing. I give the floor back to the moderator.
Islamism. Very powerful. Yes, sister, very powerful delivery, and the intent for those listeners to make us whole again. Yes, as the word on the floor this morning was abandonment. What does that mean? To surrender, relinquish, cessation of property or rights. So, as the fallen sons and daughters of the Asiatic nation, we fell, abandoning our rights. And these lessons are for us to reconstruct the mind. Know thyself. And I read a little thing here, few sentences just because we're on this topic. It's about know thyself. It says self-knowledge and understanding. Without self-knowledge, without understanding the workings and functions of our being, we cannot be free. That is why in all ancient teachings, the first demand at the beginning of the way to liberation was know thyself. It says the journey of spiritual development and self-realization begins with self-study. Self-study leads to self-knowledge and eventually to an understanding of the meaning and purpose of existence. To understand ourselves, we need to investigate our body, our mind through direct experience. We are always changing. You are never the same. And each moment reveals a new facet, a new depth, a new surface. When we truly study our lessons, the blessings will of yourself changing, because the behavior we had before cannot be the same behavior we apply in these halls of knowledge. It's not applicable, causes confusion. Islam, the floor is still open.
Islam.
Islamism, the Sheikist, Young Bay. Well, Emmanuel, how you doing, sister?
Doing well, my brother. How are you?
Peaceful. Thank you for blessing us this morning with your tone. Well, Emmanuel.
Islam. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. Islam, this is Deputy Sheikist Carolyn Youngbay calling out of the Wayne County, North Carolina Republic. First, I rise, giving all perfect praise and high honors to our Father God, Allah. I give honor to all of our ancestors, known and unknown, and to all true and divine prophets, naming and recognizing Isa, Muhammad, Buddha, and Confucius, and the last prophet in these days and times, our Redeemer, our illustrious Hebrew prophet, Noble Drew Ali, in his first, second, and third form. I extend my honors to the forerunner for Noble Drew Ali, Marcus Mosiah Garvey, and to all our national officials, to our national Grand Sheik, Joel Bratton Bay, to the sheiks, sheikesses, deputy sheikesses, brothers and sisters, visitors, guests, and parents and students in our Sunday school. And everyone on the call, I greet you all with Islam. Of course, first, I want to give honors to our children. Not long ago, we were in chapter 23, and verse 3 said, prepare him early with instruction and season his mind with the maxims of truth. And this is exactly what the prophet instructions tell us to do. So here, as we see in our children's demonstration, how in early teaching that this is evident of the result. Early on, they're demonstrating their intellect, their maturity, their confidence, and how they are developing strong leadership skills. Here, their minds are being seasoned with the maxim of truth. Deputy Sheikh Romel Hyson-Ill pointed out as he facilitated one of the Holy Night calls recently, that the prophet used the word season and expressed its relation to how and when adding seasonings like to our food, how it enhances and improves the taste. And so we can see week after week how stronger, how enriching the minds of our children are becoming. And I personally give all praises to Allah for sending our prophet with these powerful instructions for our people, for our children, and for anyone that will listen. I give praises to Allah for allowing me to be a witness to see this unfolding of truth coming through our children. And I'm so excited because personally, I haven't met many 2 and 3 and 5-year-olds that are doing what our children are doing. And trust, I'm not leaving out the older Moorish children as well. You all are doing an amazing, amazing job. And I love you all and just want to say, you know, just keep doing what you're doing. We have an amazing national director. We have an amazing staff about Moorish Children's Sunday School. They're doing a fantastic job. And the parents being disciplined because it shows that they're working with the children probably on a daily basis. And it is showing through a demonstration of our children. And I just wanted to thank Sister Sheikah, pardon self, Bellamy Bay, because I know that it had all of these years, I know it's been a struggle. I know it's been a struggle. And going through what we're going through is still a struggle. And you know, at times we hope that the struggle gets easier, but it seems like it gets harder, you know. So I welcome anything that our elders in the movement comes forth with, because, you know, Deputy Sheik McAlbay just asked the question, you know, have I changed? Am I changing? You know, and I personally see the change in my life thanks to those whose shoulders I'm standing on today, those that have been in the movement all this time, 40, 50 years, struggling with us and still struggling. And so I thank them for the courage to just standing by us, the newbies. And when I say newbies, I'm talking about anything, you haven't been in this movement 10 years or more, we knew. That's just my opinion. And so it's a beautiful, beautiful thing, in my opinion, that we have those that have been in the struggle all this time and have still remained strong. So, you know, whatever it is you like or dislike about how some things come across, the prophet said, don't study man. You study yourself. Study these lessons. And I take heed to that. I feel the passion in her heart coming to us this morning and speaking her truth. And I stand by her 100%. 100. Because we need her. We need each other. We need those to come forth and let us know when we are out of order, when we're not being disciplined. That's not to break your heart, it's to break down that lower self. With that, I return the floor to the moderator, Deputy Sheik McAlbay. Thank you, brother, for the time. Islam and peace.
Islam, Deputy Sheik Assembly. Give thanks for that passionate delivery. Yes, Moors, what we need to understand is that we are adjusting our spirit vibrations to revolve on a higher level. And practice makes one's perfect. So if we're not eating up these words and making it become a part of us, there'll be no significant changes. And if the mind is not on what we are supposed to have our minds with, that will be on the back burner for a later time. One of the purposes of self-knowledge is to remove barriers to understanding, to polish the surface personality, and release human potential, allowing the essential self to emerge and shine. Man has to understand how to see himself as he really is, so he can achieve something in the area which he calls what might be. We have to see ourselves not only through our eyes, but other eyes, thus perfecting the temple of man. Islam was, floor is still open, got a few minutes. Any more?
Islam.
Islamism.
Islam. Islam rising to my highest heights, giving all perfect praise to our mother, Father, God, Allah. All honors to all our ancestors. All honors to those who will be ancestors of. Honors to all our divine prophets, namely Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, and Confucius. And our last prophet in these days and time, the honorable, illustrious Hebrew prophet in first, second, and third form. I'd like to extend those honors to our National Grand Chief Joe Bratton Bay, to all our national officials, to all our sheikesses, sheiks, deputy sheikesses, deputy sheiks, members, guests, all of the students, all our tiny mighty Moors, all our magnificent young Moors, all the children in our Sunday school, all our guests, visitors, Sunday school staff under the guidance and direction of Sheikess Cherry Hill, the National Sunday School Director. I greet everyone with our words of peace. Islam. This is your brother, Ramel Hyacinth Ill, Deputy Sheik out of Kings County, New York Republic. Islam. First, all honors to the children for a wonderful Sunday school session. As usual, we honor and give you thanks and much love for teaching us adults how to apply these lessons to our minds after having a lot of other coatings of information on our minds and behaviors. Islam. So thank you, young Moors, for that. I'd like to thank our elders in thought and action, and all those who have kept all the doors open of this divine and national movement for all of their, which is interesting that our young brother put that word on the floor today, patience. One of our divine attributes of Allah, patience. Is our Holy Quran. It says in the Holy Quran of Mecca, it says, surely Allah has had patience with you. Will you not have patience with others? Because everyone is here as a test of each other and our patience. And I thank them for their patience. And the Sheik has put a question on the floor that's that I hope everybody pays attention to, and it's very important. What will we do if these elders who have, with their patience and their strength and their time, was not here dealing with this? What would all of us do? 9 years I've been studying Moorish science, and the challenges I faced in those 9 years were disturbing at best to the mind and the soul for anyone. And when the prophet says this movement is for strong brothers and sisters, he knew what he was talking about. So I give all honors to all those elders, and I thank them, and I give them praise, because when man honors man, man honors Allah. So I give them praise for their patience and their love and their dedication to this, because as we see in our world, there's people that won't be this patient with their own children, with the ones that come out their body. And we have these wonderful souls being patient with all of our behaviors, quirks, and lower self activities while we on this journey of crossing from our lower selves to our higher selves, and truly understanding what our prophet put in this key, which is key 16. How did the prophet begin to uplift Moorish Americans? By teaching them to be themselves. Those lessons at times are not pleasant. Love does not always come in a tender form, as mentioned by our Shikas. So we must be patient with ourselves and with others, and understanding from those who are coming in. As we know, the ones who've been there, they've been patient. We could see that, right? So everyone else, as the Deputy Shikas Young Bay just mentioned, the newbies, including myself, right? And I'm gonna always probably consider myself a newbie, because these lessons, as we know, are ancient, right? So me particular myself, I'm gonna always consider myself a newbie, willing to learn. So we gotta be very patient with ourselves so that we could be patient with others, right? And be understanding with ourselves so we could be understanding with others. This is why our prophet wrote in our circle 7, subhanAllah, that's why it's in our circle 7 that he who knows his lower self well knows the illusions of the world. Because if you know your lower self, you'll have patience with yourself and others while they're going through their lower self motions. And all I can say is honest to our elders for having so much patience, years and decades of patience that I could only pray to Allah to have. Literally pray, because I know that for a fact. That patience is one of my challenges, So and I do exercise it, but I do lose it at points. So I do have to be mindful to strength up and add to my levels of patience, and we definitely have examples of those who have been doing that. So let's look to our elders and be honoring and respectful to our elders and the leaders of this movement, and let's keep moving forward more as Islam. And thank you to all the children. Thank you for Brother Denison Smith Bay, that shining light, patience, Islam.
Islam, Islam, Islam. Give thanks for that. Gratitude to our elders holding the fort for a while. Yeah, they truly give thanks and countless gratitude for your divine energies to be upholding these doors open for us to enter. And I'd say, may Allah soothe the wounds of all my Moorish brothers and sisters at this present time from whatever trials or ailments we might find ourselves going through at this time. May Allah make our journey lighter, Islam. And with that said, is there anyone else who'd like to say a few words before we begin closing? And this is also extended to any visitor guests on the call who'd like to say a few words. If not, we'll proceed in closing our call. Wonderful call. Give thanks for you being here. Give thanks for sharing our 5 senses that we may learn as brothers and sisters. creating that harmony in life.
Islam. Islam.
Islam, Brother Rockman here. There's a sister, I guess, want to say something, so I'll take you when she finishes Islam. 1 second.
Yes, sir, I am.
Islam.
Islam. Giving thanks, brother, and giving thanks, Deputy Sheikh. I'm going to make this really quick. Islam, this is Deputy Sheikh Alyssa Thomas Bay, calling out in New York, Kings County, Republic. First, I'd like to rise. I give all perfect praises to Allah, all of the divine prophets, Jesus, Muhammed, Buddha, and Confucius, our prophet indeed, Satan's time prophet, Noble Darlene, our national Grand Street, Joe Batten Bay, all of our national officials, all of our Sheikesses, Deputy Sheikesses, members, citizens, students, and guests, I greet you all with Islam. I just want to say beautiful demonstrations that were put on the floor tonight from the entire, pardon itself, this afternoon from the entire family. Very heartfelt, very full with a lot of information that we all can dissect and learn from. You know, everything happens for a reason. I think Allah is the best apprentice. I know Allah is the best apprentice. So whatever needed to be said was said. I just want to say that at the end of the day, we're all growing, and let this be an example that we have the power at any given moment in time to just correct what it is that we feel needs to be corrected, to work on ourselves, to work on what we do, what we say, how we interact with people, how we respond to people, you know. From lessons, there's always growth and development. We all can take away a lot from everything that was shared last week and this week. Appreciate it for what it is, dissect it, internalize it, apply it to our life, and just change. It's as simple as that. So whatever it is, whatever the energy is, whatever is going on, we have the power to fix, correct, and project whatever it is that we want to project at any given moment. So I just wanted to say that. I love my family. Let's keep doing what we do. And we're going to just take it from there. And with that, I say Islam and peace.
Islam. Give thanks to that Deputy Sheikh, Mr. Thomas Bay. Islam, Brother Rockman Hill. Islam. Islam.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, brother?
Can you hear you now?
Islam?
Islam.
Brother Rockman here. Can I be heard?
Yes, you can.
Thanks a lot. Almost forgot what I was going to say. Okay, Islam and peace. I give praise and I give thanks to Almighty God, Allah, and to His illustrious Hebrew prophet, Noble Jew Ali. All the believers in the family. I've learned so much, you know, personally, psychologically. I prepare myself all week to go to Sunday school and to learn. Because I was a brother who was looking for knowledge of self, and I wanted to know who I was. They told me I had an ex, I was unknown, and I wrestled with that, and I was entering into Moorish Science 40 years ago. I learned and I moved out and it didn't totally digest it all. But I thank Allah for another chance to bring clarity with a greater understanding than I had 40 years ago of the teachings of the Prophet Noble Jew Ali, because there was so much misinformation out there. It was confusion as it is today. But today, Temple number 13, the Moorish Divine and Holy National Movement number 13, has clarity in itself to dispel all these rumors and misnomers and confusion. And I'm grateful and I'm so thankful that can be a part of Sunday school when as a young child. Going to Sunday school was a big deal, and it's still a big deal with me, and I'm just so grateful for the knowledge that I'm learning, that I'm reassessing of what I was taught, because I was taught the wrong way. And I'm just grateful and thankful. I wanted to ask one question, really. I heard the word eighth generation. Could somebody explain to me what the eighth generation, for lack of better words, to eradicate the Caucasian race? Is that the understanding of the eighth generations, where the Sheik is our beloved Sheik is school mom had brought up about the eighth generation? Could somebody explain that to me? Because I am a student and I want to learn. Please, if we have time. If not, I could take the answer next week. Islam and peace. And, we just had to stay firm and just hold fast. I understand that. Thank you. Islam.
Islam, Brother Rahman. Anyway, Tikis Bellamy Bay, did you want to say something?
No, this is Sheikah's Cherry Il Gloria. I was doing my re-rising to my highest high. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, okay, dear. I grabbed my great conspiracy, and I don't have exactly that particular verse, but tell him to go to, it's on page, somewhere between page 549 of the Great Conspiracy, dealing with the 13th Amendment, 20 sections. If he has a Great Conspiracy, tell him to look at that, either page 549 or page 550. In our Great Conspiracy. I don't see exactly, I wanted to get right to that particular part that Abraham Lincoln was talking about. I have it labeled in my book. Oh, it says page 552. Let me go to page 552. I don't want to hold anybody up, but I wanted to at least do my best to 552, help the brother out. Okay, it says here on page 552, The Great Conspiracy, and it was dealing with policy on which the 13th Amendment 20 section was passed, and it deals with amalgamation. It may not be within the reading of some learned senators, and yet it belongs to demonstrated science that the African race and the European are different. And I here now say it is as a fact established by science, that the 8th generation of the mixed race formed by the union of the African and European cannot continue their species. Quadroons have few children with octoroons. Reproduction is impossible. It is established as a law of nature that the African has no proper relation to the European Caucasian blood. I would have them kindly treated. Against all such policy and all such conduct, I shall protest as a man in the name of humanity and of law and of truth and of religion. So it's more to that, but I just want him, this is on page 552 of The Great Conspiracy by John A. Logan. That will help you, brother. That's where I got that from. Our prophet in the third form, stressed that and brought this out to us. The importance of us not amalgamating what it does. It's against nature. All right, more. Thank you, brother. Peace.
Islamism. Islamism, yes. We had a very full Sunday school conference called today. Islam. And I pray Allah guides us all in our endeavors so we may return to the Sunday school conference call coming up week. And as we go to our announcements, Sunday school conference call playback at 443-961-4434, website Moorish American National Republic.com, resource tab, record Sunday school recordings, send email if unable to access with dates. And we are working on a non-digital playback at the time, so please be patient with us. Town Hall Sunday conference call today, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Number 443-961-4434, as we speak to questions on and discuss the policy of freedom, the Emancipation Proclamations, including the original 13th Amendment, 13 article with 20 sections, this afternoon and every Sunday afternoon, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. On Wednesday, we have our Moorish School of Law and History. Current course and week of class are state if out of session for a year. To join Moorish School of Law, go to Law and History Spanala, go to the website. By grace, next set of courses begin January 2020. To enroll, go to the website Moorish American National Republic.com, hit the resource tab, use either the application or the Moorish School of Law and History link. Receiving class. Holy night call every Friday. Can't make it to your temple this Friday? Shut in or lockdown? Join us for our National Holy Night call every Friday, currently 9 p.m. Eastern. We close one creation and open the next every Friday by grace. Call our public conference line 443-961-4434. See you on Holy Friday. Members Forum call every Wednesday. Are you a member of the Moorish American National Republic? Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Members in good standing seeking to actualize their freedom to join the conversation, send an email to webmaster at MoorishAmericanNationalRepublic.com. Include name as shown on your documentation, phone number, and a copy of your nationality and identification card to webmaster at MoorishAmericanNationalRepublic.com. Sister call today. Our sisters members in good standing meet every fourth Thursday, 8 o'clock p.m. Topics of interest in rising from the cares of the world, building and coalescing or feminine energies to uplift our nation, community, and world. Join the conversation every fourth Thursday, 8 p.m. Send an email to Sister Auxiliary 13, that's number 13 at gmail.com. Include your name as shown on documentation, phone number, and email if different from one used. The Sister Auxiliary number 13, again, number 13 at gmail.com. When the women rise, the nation rises. Skills and talents committees. Do you use your skills and talents to the benefit of others? Would you like the opportunity to put your skills and talents to use to your own benefit? Grand Sheik Richardson Dingle, said, a prophet is one who comes to stop others from making a profit off of you while teaching you to profit from yourselves. Commit to the self-uplift work. We have standing committees set up to put your skills and talents to the uplift of yourself and community. To join a committee, go to the website. Moorish American National Republic.com, resource tab. Hit the committee link, contact the committee chair, use your skills and talent to actualize your freedom. Sunday School enrollment. To receive a welcome and informational pack, send an email to sundayschool@moorishamericannationalrepublic.com. Adults, send your name, age, phone, contact for each. Children, name, age, school grade, class, birth date for each. Send that to sundayschool@moorishamericannationalrepublic.com. And at this time, is there any national officials with any announcement to make? Islam? Islam, Divine Minister. You have the floor. Islam, are you good?
Islam, I'm good, Mo. I'm blessed by the best.
Good is God. Wali Emmanuel.
I'm Sheikh Lawrence Youngway, National Treasurer and Divine Minister out of the North Carolina Republic. First, I rise giving all perfect praises to Allah and to our ancestors. Some we know of, some we don't. To all our true and divine prophets, just to name a few: Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, and Confucius. And the last prophet in these days and times, our Redeemer, our illustrious Hebrew prophet, Noble Jew Allah, in the first form, the second form, and the third form. I extend my honors to the forerunner for Noble Jew Allah, Marcus Moselle Garvey, and to our national Grand Sheikh Joe Bratton Bay, to our grand body, to sheikhs, sheikesses, deputy sheikhs, deputy sheikesses, brothers and sisters, and parents and students in our Sunday school, and everyone on the call. I greet you with love and Islam, which means peace, peace, peace. Keeping in line with Act 7 of the Divine Constitution and bylaws, this administrative announcement is to the members. When mailing your dues, please include your dues card with a photocopy of your dues card. In the upper right-hand corner of your dues card, you will see the letters DON and a blank line, which stands for date of naturalization. Write the date you were naturalized on that line. If you do not see DON written in the upper right-hand corner, you will still write the date you were naturalized in that corner. Make 2 copies. Keep 1 copy home for your record. Include the month and year you are paying your dues. Also, if you change your address, please indicate so with a note when you mail your dues card. This is so we can update and mark your records correctly. This concludes my administrative announcement for the Moorish Science Temple, the Divine and National Movement of North America, Incorporated, number 13, Moorish American National Republic. I turn it back into the hands of the moderator, Deputy Sheikh Mukala Mashur Bey. Islam, thank you for the time.
Islam, truly blessed. Islam, and as we more to close, divine warning from the Prophet, Noble Jew Allah. Prophet warns all Muslims, governors ordered to read proclamation at every meeting. I hereby inform all members that they must end all radical agitating speeches while at work, in their homes, or on the streets. We are for peace and not destruction. Stop flashing your cards at the Europeans. It causes confusion. Remember, your card is for your salvation. Failure to obey these orders will be of severe consequence. We are for love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And when these principles are violated, justice must then take its course. Any member or group of members who hold malicious feelings towards the temple or the prophet or violate the divine covenant of the Moorish movement will receive their reward from Allah for their unjust deeds. All true Moors will and must obey the law as laid down to them by their prophet. If they lose confidence in their prophet, they should turn in their cord and button, cease wearing their turban and fez, and return to the state where I, the prophet, found you. This is a holy and divine movement founded by the prophet, noble U.S.A. And if the prophet is not right, the temple is not right. The prophet, therefore, is sending out the divine plea to all Moorish Americans that they do their part in protecting their prophet and the temple. This is an everlasting movement founded by the prophet through the will of Allah to redeem his people from their sinful ways. By order of Prophet Noble through our life. Islam Moors. And as we proceed, in closing, we will affirm ourselves to ourselves with our holy covenant. And we'll recite in the first person, Islam, star, unmute your call-in device as we proceed with the holy covenant of the Asiatic nation by our holy prophet, Islam. We are the children of one Father.
We are the children
of one Father.
Provided for by his care.
Provided for
by his care.
And the breast of one mother hath given us suck.
And the breast of one mother hath given us suck.
Let the bonds of affection, therefore,
Let the bonds
of affection, therefore,
unite us with our brothers and sisters, that peace and happiness might dwell in our Father's house.
Unite
us with our brothers and sisters,
that peace and happiness may dwell in our Father's house.
And when we separate in the world,
when we separate
in the world,
remember the relation that bindeth us to love and unity.
Remember
the relation that bindeth us to love and unity.
And prefer not a stranger before our own blood.
And
prefer not a stranger before our own blood.
If our brother is in his adversity, assist him.
If our brother is in adversity, assist him.
If our sister is in trouble, forsake her not.
If our sister is in trouble, forsake her not.
So shall the fortunes of our Father.
So shall the fortunes of our Father
contribute to the support of his whole race.
Contribute to the support of his whole race.
And this care be continued to us all. In our love to each other. Islam. And let that love be Find love, most. Yes. Well, the morning, will I give thanks for all my family's presence on the call today. I truly enjoyed myself, and I truly hope you did. So, with that said, we close as we began with our Moorish American prayer. So I'm asking all who is able stand in our Moorish American posture, with our feet at a 45-degree angle, heels touching, arms perpendicular, forearms, upper arms horizontal, 5 fingers on the left side, 2 fingers on the right side, keeping them tight. Allah, Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is our protector, our guide, and our salvation. By night and by day, is the Holy Prophet, through our life. Ameen. Islamos, go in peace. May Allah guide us all. Islam, Islam, Islam.